Happy Tuesday. We got some more NBA best bets for you, and we talk the biggest NBA draft bust of all time. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we are here to talk some more NBA basketball, baby. That's right. It was our first losing day since I've been back home from Paradise, and it sucks. I don't like losing. It's only 0-2, but you know what? How we lost one of them just was a tough way to go. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Before we dive into everything we're going to talk about on this video, thank you so much for the people that signed up to be a Jabo MVP. That was awesome. For those of you that haven't yet or don't know about it, it's $2.99 a month. And what it does is it supports us and all the time we put in. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I'm probably putting in 50 plus hours a week on researching, recording, everything else that goes with it. So it really helps us out, supports the channel, helps us to keep growing, and you get some good perks. So it's kind of fun. You get a badge, you get some emojis, and we're going to add some more later. You get a shout out on the video, which we're going to do today, and then you also get priority replies in the comment section if I only have a little bit of time. So that's what we got. So please hit that join button below. I know there's been some issues with it. Sometimes it doesn't work on phones. It does work on PCs or and things like that. But you guys have been helping each other out in the comments. You just hit the join button right below, and it'll take you right through it. Only $2.99 a month. I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys. Now, for the people that did, who the first ever Jabo MVPs have arrived. Let's check them out. Here it is, guys. The first 19 Jabo MVPs on the channel. What a historic day. And I also call this the how many names can I screw up? But here we go. The over-under is set at 3. At John Mysick 5577. At Matthew Mosley. At Adam McCarron 9197. At Marco Buckley 7305. At Vincent N2U. I think I'm doing good so far. At Jive Bark. At Scott Riley 9615. At Jamie Castles 9698. Does that count as one? I don't know. At Ronnie 30785B. At Ed Bishop 4689. At Kaya Tano 6547. At Jade Daniel 6048. At Darren Gooden 5228. At Kerwind Lynch, ooh, that was close. At the GYDK, that's a little easier. At Renato Montero 3489, not too bad. At Devs 9855. At Vernon Morris HU7LF. And we finish it with at RYN 4242. There it is, guys. Thank you to all of you for joining the group. It's awesome. Those are the first 19 Jabo MVPs. Hopefully we can gain more, but I really do appreciate your support. It means a lot. I know some of you guys, I've been talking with a lot of those members back and forth for quite a while now, so I appreciate the support since day 1 or 2 weeks or whenever it is that you joined. I appreciate it. So that's what we got going on for the Jabo MVPs. Now, before we dive into what we're talking about, we got debate time. That's right. I just have one question. You already heard it in the cold intro. Who is the biggest NBA draft bust of all time? The biggest. Now, I got 2 because it's kind of cheating, but I want to do it. So here we go. Here's my 2, and there's probably more later on or back in the day before I was born. But number 1, how about this one? No one's really talking about. Darko Milicic. He was the number 2 overall pick by the Pistons, if you remember right. He was drafted before Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. And he wasn't very good. I remember him being picked. I think he was sandwiched between LeBron and Carmelo Anthony, and all of a sudden it was Darko Milicic. It was an interesting pick, and the Pistons were really good back then. Imagine if they would have drafted one of those 3 other players. It would have been insane. The next one, Michael Olowokandi, the number 1 overall pick. He could have been or other players that could have been drafted instead of him. Dirk Nowitzki, one of my favorite players. Paul Pierce, or Vince Carter, another one of my favorite players. He was a head case that didn't really do anything. He thought he was the poo, and he really wasn't. So those are my 2 biggest draft busts. Obviously, there's also an obvious one out there with the last name Brown. Yeah, let me know who you guys got. Maybe some under-the-radar ones, and maybe I'll mention in the video tomorrow. I love just talking basketball on Tuesdays. We kind of just try to have a debate or something. I think last week or the week before, we talked who the biggest trash talker was. So anyways, that's the debate. Before I talk about what's in the video, Monday Night Football hit. We ended 9-1 in the NFL for Week 13. Let's keep that rolling. Just a reminder for you new people to the channel, Wednesday late nights are the videos for the game bets that we will talk about and preview and give out our best bet for Thursday Night Football. We talk trends that have been crushing it as well. And then late Friday nights are the player props. I know some of you guys have been asking, when do you guys release all these? So I just want to let you know. But in this video, it's Tuesday, which means it's shooting guard day. That's right. Defenses, they give up the most points and the most assists to the shooting guard position. And then there's only 2 games again, which sucks. I'm going to be honest. It's hard to get winners when you can't pass up a game. You got to make a bet in each one. But we got Knicks and Bucks, Suns and Lakers, and then we finish it with the bets recap. So we're about to dive in, but hit that like button, leave a comment below. Just helps the algorithm so very much, helps this channel grow. You guys are the reason that we are so incredibly close to 17,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for all the support. But let's get right into it. And it starts with the bets recap. There it is. It's an 0-2 day, guys. I am not used to this, and I do not like losing. This freaking sucks. But let's talk about it. Over 240.5 Celtics Pacers. Man, a lot of us were watching this game, following it, and going crazy in the Discord. But that first half just sucked. Everybody was missing layups. There was wide open three after wide open three. I mean, it was the defense that I thought they would play, and they just couldn't knock it down. And then they finally got fire in the second half. Well, the Celtics didn't exactly, but the Pacers did. And it still ended at 234, even with all the missed shots, all the sloppy play in the first half. It got kind of ugly, but you know what? I don't mind the read still. Just needed some more made shots, but it is what it is. It's a loss, so it's a bad call by me. So bet number 2, I screwed up on this one. I should have just taken CJ McCollum over 5.5 assists, not got cute with it. So I took 5+ assists, Herbert Jones 1 steal. How the frick does Herbert Jones not get a steal? The entire team had a steal, it looked like. I'm pretty sure they did. There's guys with multiple steals. He is one of the best guys to get steals in the NBA, and he could not get it done. He played big minutes, decently competitive game. He was like a minus 360 throw in, guys, just to lower the assist number on McCollum. But it didn't hit. You know what? It's okay. We've had some good luck also. 0-2. If this 0-2 day killed you, you are betting too much. You're not managing your bankroll. Again, if you're into sports betting and you love doing this, you are in it for the long haul, not just for this year or for a month or two or anything like that. So 38-16 run. I am not going to complain, but I don't want 2 losing days because then I'll really start complaining. So there's the record on the bottom. 48-33, up 16.95 units on the year. But let's get right into the video, and it starts with some shooting guards. All right, the most points given up to the shooting guard position in the last 15 days. There it is, the Pacers, of course, because the Pacers, like we talk about every day, don't stop anybody. Then the Bucks, which is kind of surprising. Hawks, Pelicans, Heat. Obviously, not a ton of these teams play today. The Knicks do, obviously, and the Bucks. And then on the right side, the shooting guards, most points per game in the last 15 days. Mr. Anthony Edwards has been a little bit hurt lately. But he's over there. And just remember, guys, these guys play all sorts of positions. Basketball is becoming positionless. So if you really disagree at who I put as shooting guard, it happens. They probably play point guard sometimes. They play other positions. It's kind of intermixed. So I just tried my best here. But like I said, I do it for every position. So you got a screenshot for every day, and you can mix and match if you need to. But Terry Rozier without LaMelo Ball for a while. Donovan Mitchell. I know he plays some point guard as well, but Kyrie Irving, Cam Thomas, nothing really surprising here. Klay Thompson picking it up a little bit, 19.5. He had a terrible start to this season. Then DeJounte and Desmond Bane to round it out. So that's the most points per game. Let's go check out assists now. And those 10 teams on the left, there it is. The Pelicans give up the most assists to the shooting guard position. I don't know how much you guys or how much stock you guys take in this. It is shooting guards. They don't get a ton in general, but I think it can help. You might be able to hit a line if it's set at 2.5, 3.5. They got a good matchup and things like that. But those are the defenses on the left, and then on the right, the shooting guards that average the most assists per game. Derek White, 6.4, who had another good game yesterday for the Celtics. Desmond Bane is up there, 6.2. He's pretty much running the entire show there in Memphis. Other than that, Donovan Mitchell, we've talked about him with assists before. Anthony Edwards, a lot of the same guys. And you got Austin Reeves, Strus, all those guys are at around 4.5 assists per game. So those are the shooting guards for Tuesday. Now it's time to talk some Knicks and Bucks. Game 1 of the NBA in-season quarterfinals. By the way, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the games, if it was way more intense, all that kind of stuff of these in-season tournaments. It's definitely interesting. I think the courts are ugly. That's got to stop. But anyways, the Milwaukee Bucks hosting the New York Knickerbockers. Bucks minus 4.5, over under 225.5 in this game. They played each other on November 3rd. The Bucks won 110-105. There's no RJ Barrett for that game for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson went absolutely berserk. He had 45 points. Mitchell Robinson, 15 rebounds. Julius Randle had 12 rebounds that game, and Damian Lillard had 30 points. Against the spread, Knicks 10-7-2 against the spread, 6-3-1 ATS on the road. The Knicks are a better road team. They were last year, and they are again this year. Bucks 8-11-1 against the spread, 3-6-1 ATS at home. One of the worst home teams against the spread so far. Over under Knicks 10-9 to the under, Bucks 13-7 to the over. One of the top 5 over teams in the league right now. Before I get into the best bet, I got a couple leans. Now, it doesn't mean I've made the bet yet on this, but I do have a few leans because I just want to give you as many options as possible. And again, if you are new to the channel, I'm not here just to give you a bet. I'm here to give you a bunch of info, and hopefully it leads you guys in the right direction, whether it's tailing me or picking something else. I just want you guys to get some winning bets. So the lean I have is on the Knicks side, plus 4.5. Like I said, they're a better road team. Milwaukee doesn't really have the physicality or to match up exactly. I think the Knicks can slow the game down and get physical with the Bucks, and I just don't trust the Bucks. I mean, I know they're winning a little bit more lately, but I just something about it. Like I think it's the Blazers. They were just down by a million in the fourth quarter, came back and won. They just there's something about it. It's their defense that really gets me. But I lean Knicks plus 4.5 if I had to bet a side on this one. One that almost made the cut. Jalen Brunson over 25.5 points, 26.5 points, whatever it is by the time you get it. Like I mentioned, he scored over 40 points against the Bucks. The Bucks given up the sixth most points per game to the point guard position at 25.44. There's a reason for that. It's a huge drop off when you have Drew Holiday and then you add Damian Lillard, who doesn't care to play any sort of defense. I mean, it's a big drop off. I think Jalen Brunson could go off again, unless they have a complete game plan to shut him down. But, with the other weapons they have, I don't see that happening. So, anyways, those are the leans. But it's time for the best bet. Here we go. It's Mr. Orange Julius Caesar Randle. Over 13.5 rebounds plus assists at minus 130 on FanDuel. I know this is juiced at minus 130. I don't usually like playing bets that are much higher than 130. He might be 14.5 on some books at plus money. I like that too. So I just want to let you know because some of you guys will ask that. I do like 14.5. I think he's going to go over both of those lines. Randall, 17 rebounds plus assists in his game versus the Bucks earlier this season. Went over pretty easily. He's been a man on a mission lately. 19, 18, and 25. Guys, we need 14. This guy's getting 19, 18, and 25 the last 3 games. He's been a beast on the glass. He's dishing the ball out well. The Bucks have allowed 10.7 rebounds and 4.66 assists to the power forward position. Doing the math right here on the spot, that's about 16 over 16. So, I mean, it's a good matchup. I don't know, 15, 16. I'm trying to do notes and do math at the same time. But, anyways, it's already over if you just take the average. And Julius Randle is not your average power forward. He is going to attack the glass. He's going to get rebounds. I don't think the Bucks have a lot of players to really slow him down. They don't have a ton of physicality. You got guys like Brook Lopez, who's just not a conventional center that'll bully him around in the paint. He's a guy who likes to shoot threes and do things like that. But I think it's a big Brunson scoring game, like I mentioned. And, with that, I think Randall gets more of the boards, gets some dimes passing to him and things like that. So give me Julius Randle over 13.5 rebounds plus assists at minus 130 as my first bet of Tuesday. The final game takes us out to the bright lights of LA. We got the Lakers hosting the Phoenix Suns. Lakers minus 1.5, over under 228 in this game. No head-to-head matchup yet this season, so I got no information on that for you. Against the spread, Suns 9-10-1 ATS. They are 5-4-1 ATS on the road. Lakers 9-12-1 ATS, 4-6 at home. Over under the Suns 14-6 to the over, the second best over team in the league. Lakers 12-9 to the under. Injury news. Let's talk about this a little bit. Bradley Beal is out. What a shocker. He's out again. Eric Gordon for the Suns is questionable. Anthony Davis is probable. And then LeBron is a game time decision. Again, this is all the night before when we record it. So by the time you see this video, you might know a little bit more on all these guys. But just want to point that out. Beal does look out, though. I don't think there's any change on that one. Before I get to my best bet, I lean in this game on the side. I'm probably leaning Suns money line, to be honest with you. I just like the Booker Durant combo. If LeBron sits out too, you're counting on Anthony Davis in a big game. Can he actually step up? I just think they go off. So I'm going to lean Suns money line. It's just a lean. I think it's going to be a good game. So if you don't want to bet it, just enjoy it and watch it. But I do have a bet, so I can't just enjoy it. I got to stress out a little bit. And here we go. It's the man. I don't understand it. It literally popped at me right when I looked at the line. But my best bet is Devin Booker over 40.5 points, rebounds, plus and assists at minus 125 on DraftKings. That's PRAs, the entire line. I think it's too low. I almost went with this points and assists. I almost went with an alternate of 25 plus points and 6 plus assists. All these things went through my head. I also almost went Devin Booker 25 plus points and Kevin Durant 25 plus points because they did it in like 6 of 9 games together or something like that. So all those options floated through my head, but nothing was better than this one right here. Lakers allowing just above 40 PRAs to the point guard position this year, but Devin Booker is not your average point guard. That's just, I mean, there's just no way around it. They allow the seventh most points to point guards this season. So I think Booker, I know he's going to play huge minutes. In his first game back last game a couple days ago, he played 37 minutes. If this is competitive, I wouldn't be shocked if he played another 35 to 40 minutes easily. He's going to be on the court a ton. He's gone over this PRA's line of 40.5 in 7 of 11 games so far this season. And I just think he seems to play well under the bright lights. He's done it all before. If you count this game as stressful, I don't think it's that stressful for the players, but it does have a little bit higher intensity. And this is a guy that's gone to the NBA Finals, so he's not afraid of that. He's a big game Booker. I don't know if they call him that, but I can call him that. Hopefully, doesn't let us down. But I think Booker could score north of 30 points. If he does that, guys, I mean, we're looking really pretty because he's averaging about 14 RAs this season. That's right, 14 rebounds plus assists. I mean, if he's scoring north of 30, he is going to fly over this number. So I like Booker over 40.5. If you can only get 41.5, I still really like it. It's not one of those where, only at 40.5 and no higher. I like 41.5. And like I mentioned, I like him 25 and 6 if you want to do an alternate line. I like him points plus assists at 35.5, I think it was. I like them all. I like all things Devin Booker for tonight. Now, those are my two best bets. Let's go to the bets recap. There it is. Let's bounce back from the 0-2 day. We got Julius Randle over 13.5 rebounds plus assists. Again, I like it at 14.5 too. And then Devin Booker over 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists, also known as PRAs, at minus 125 on DraftKings. You can only get 41.5. I do not mind that as well. So I gave these out in the Discord, and if I have any added bets, I will put it in the pinned comments below. But again, we only have 2 games. I hate the 2 game slates, but that's okay. We're going to get right back into it on Wednesday with a lot more games. So that's what I got. Those are my bets. I appreciate all the support, especially you Jabo MVPs. I appreciate all of it. I like all the comments and everything below. Look forward to another great week with you guys. Hope everyone has a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.